Right now, something strange is happening inside the NASCAR garage. You can almost feel it in the air. Drivers are talking. Teams are watching each other a little closer than usual. And somewhere between Denny Hamlin's 3 straight wins and the cheers coming out of Pocono, a brand new story has quietly taken over the whole sport. This is the part of the season where every race matters. Every point matters. Every little advantage matters. And suddenly, the biggest conversation in NASCAR is not about who crossed the finish line first. It is about what is being said behind the scenes. This could shake up the championship battle, the playoff picture, and maybe even how the rest of the year plays out. Some people are saying everything is fine. Others are saying real questions deserve real answers. And the longer this grows, the harder it gets to ignore. Denny Hamlin just won 3 NASCAR races in a row. That should be the only story everyone is talking about right now. But it's not. Coming out of Pocono Raceway, Hamlin should have been the big headline. 3 straight Cup Series wins. A veteran driver showing why he is one of the most dangerous racers in the sport. A championship contender building speed at the perfect time of the season. But something changed. Instead of talking only about Hamlin's amazing run, the whole NASCAR garage is now talking about Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing. And the story is growing every single day. According to people inside the sport, several drivers and team officials have been quietly pushing NASCAR to take a closer look at the cars coming from both teams, not because anyone has accused them of breaking the rules, but because of how fast and how strong they have been over the past few months. Before Hamlin got hot, Tyler Reddick was already turning heads. Week after week, Reddick looked like one of the fastest drivers in the garage. The speed was clear. The results were clear. People were paying attention. Then Hamlin started stacking wins. 1 win became 2, 2 became 3. And just like that, Toyota teams were running the conversation about the championship. But here is something very important. Nobody has publicly shown any proof that Joe Gibbs Racing or 23XI Racing broke any NASCAR rules. Nobody. The talk in the garage is not really about cheating. It is about whether NASCAR should look harder at these cars because they have been so dominant. So, why is this such a big deal? It all comes down to how connected these two teams are. Denny Hamlin is not just a driver for Joe Gibbs Racing. He is also the co-owner of 23XI Racing. His partner in that team is NBA legend Michael Jordan. On top of that, 23XI Racing has a long technical partnership with Joe Gibbs Racing. They share support and parts through that deal. Now, partnerships like this are not new in NASCAR. Teams have worked together for years. But some competitors think the connection between these two teams, plus the wins they keep getting, is reason enough to ask for a deeper look. This is where 2 big names come in. According to sources close to the discussion, 2 former Cup Series champions have been the loudest voices asking for more inspections. Their names? Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski. Here is the part that matters most. Neither Logano nor Keselowski has publicly accused Joe Gibbs Racing or 23XI Racing of cheating. That is a big difference. What they are reportedly saying is that NASCAR should do deeper inspections, run more post-race checks, and look more carefully at parts that may be shared between the two teams. They are not saying something illegal is going on. They are saying NASCAR should check everything and leave no doubts behind. From a racing point of view, this makes sense. When the same teams keep winning every weekend, other teams start asking questions. Every crew chief is looking for more speed. Every engineer is looking for more speed. Every driver is looking for more speed. So when one group seems to be finding more of it than everyone else, people notice. One source close to the situation reportedly told ESPN that Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing are connected in ways no other teams are. When the same people keep showing up at the front every week, competitors get curious. That curiosity has now become one of the biggest stories in the entire sport. There is also another part of this story that has caught a lot of attention, and that part is about Bubba Wallace. Normally, Bubba Wallace is one of the loudest voices in the NASCAR garage. Whether you agree with him or not, he is usually not scared to share his opinion. That is why people inside the sport reportedly noticed that Wallace has stayed very quiet about all of this. Some competitors have privately asked whether Wallace would have stayed silent if these same questions were being asked about a different team. One veteran crew member reportedly pointed out that Bubba usually has something to say about almost every big topic in the garage, so his silence on this one is something a lot of people have noticed. Now, that does not prove anything. It does not mean something is wrong, but it shows how closely everyone is watching every part of this story. Meanwhile, both Joe Gibbs Racing and 2311 Racing have strongly pushed back on any idea that they have done something wrong. Team officials said both teams have already passed many inspections this season. They pointed to the fact that NASCAR already has a strong technical review process in place. And that is a good point. These cars do not just show up and race without checks. NASCAR inspects them all the time. Cars get checked before races, cars get checked after races. Officials have many chances to look over equipment and make sure every team is following the rulebook. Denny Hamlin himself did not seem worried at all after Sunday's race. He brushed off the talk completely. His message was simple. Everything his team has earned. They have earned the right way. He said people can talk all they want, but every car goes through inspection, and his team knows exactly what it is doing while staying inside NASCAR's rules. That is the kind of answer you would expect from a driver on a 3-race winning streak. With success comes confidence, and right now Hamlin has plenty of both. As for NASCAR itself, officials would not comment directly about Joe Gibbs Racing or 2311 Racing. But NASCAR did say that every team is held to the same inspection rules, and that more checks can happen anytime officials feel they are needed. So, where does that leave us right now? Here is the truth. There is no formal investigation. There are no penalties. There are no public findings that any rules have been broken. Fans need to understand this clearly. What is happening right now is growing pressure from some competitors who want NASCAR to take a closer look at two teams that have become incredibly successful in this stretch of the season. And honestly, this story is not going anywhere anytime soon. As long as Denny Hamlin keeps winning races, as long as Tyler Reddick keeps running up front, and as long as Toyota teams stay strong, the questions are going to keep coming. The talk is going to keep growing. And the spotlight on Joe Gibbs Racing and 2311 Racing is only going to get brighter. For fans, this sets up something really interesting. If inspections keep coming back clean, the people supporting these teams will feel proven right. If NASCAR decides to look harder, the people asking questions will feel heard. Either way, every eye in the sport is now locked on some of the biggest names in NASCAR. And in a way, this is what makes NASCAR so much fun. The racing never stops, the rivalries never stop, the hunt for speed never stops, and sometimes the biggest story is not who wins on Sunday. It is everything that happens after the race ends. Looking ahead to the next few races, all of these names are going to stay right in the middle of this story. Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Joe Gibbs Racing, 2311 Racing, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and yes, even Bubba Wallace.